2 centuries ago, the macline family ruled the entire Southwest. Vast counties stretching from the Tesron Viscounty to the Bifrost Plains, a kingdom within a kingdom. But 3 generations of failure had cost them everything. Their fertile plains were stripped away and given to vassals. All that remained was barren land near the southern mountains, dry, worthless, forgotten.
To end this vicious cycle, we need lots of money. Much more than the 3 million I have.
And there is someone here who can give me that money. Logan walked through the bustling capital marketplace.
Rings made of gems from the Empire? 10 gold.
Fresh southern fruit.
Coming here helps remind me of how remote McLean is.
He turned down a quiet alley, searching.
Based on my memory, this person spent their youth in Kyle. The residents say he lives somewhere around here.
Goldbug Philip Coddy. In the Ares Empire, the strongest nation on the continent, merit was everything. Talent alone could earn you power and riches, regardless of birth or homeland. And Philip Claudy was one of the wealthiest merchants who moved the empire itself. Or rather, he would be. In another timeline, he would use his fortune to create the miracle of Grandia Sovereign Dominion.
Is that person really?
A man in ragged robes stumbled through the plaza. Yell, you bastards. You'd scam me like this? How can I live from now on, damn it? The future Goldbug slumped against the wall in complete despair. Should I just die?
Excuse me. Are you Philip Claudy?
Yes, I am. Who are you? Philip's eyes locked onto Logan's face. Red hair and eyes. His gaze is strong.
So you are. That's a relief. I want to talk for a moment. Do you have some time?
In that moment, Philip felt a strong emotion in Logan's eyes. An emotion this man had seen countless times. Greed. Philip's merchant instincts kicked in. Dirty armor, desperate timing. It's not the repayment date yet, is it? The commercial property sale proceeds arrive in 3 days. Come again then.
I'm not here to receive your debt.
A red aura of panic exploded around Philip. Please go away now.
Philip, stop. Please calm down. I'm not someone here to receive money, but someone here to invest money.
Invest? In me, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, he's crazy to want to invest in someone who's completely failed. How much are you planning on investing?
How much do you need? I'll support you enough for you to repay your debts and make a comeback.
Philip examined Logan's armor. Dirt from long travel. Worn edges. Okay, how much do you need? I'll try to match you. Then Philip's eyes narrowed. He thought he'd figured it out. You young bastard. How nasty. If you wanted to scam me, you should have prepared properly. You're not an investor. That crest. That belongs to the Southwest McLean barony, right? That's a beggar family that needs to live off the coattails of their in-laws. But you want to invest when that family can't even repay their own debts? If you get caught impersonating a noble, you'll be executed, you bastard. And then Philip's rage collapsed into despair. Right. I'm really broke. How do I appease him? I don't even have enough money to eat or die. He stood calm and unmoved through the entire outburst.
Sir Philip, look here.
What, brat? Are you still trying to skate? Golden energy blazed from Logan's palm. Force? Really? Philip's entire demeanor changed in an instant. Force? At such a young age? Gosh, I apologize. I've had a lot happen to me, so I was a bit sensitive. But what was your business with me? Again.
I want to hire you forever. Paying off your debt is just a freebie.
Hire me? And forever. At that? I apologize, but the McLean family doesn't have the money for that, do they?
How much debt do you have right now?
Pardon? Around 250,000. Logan pulled out a glowing contract scroll.
I'll repay your debt of 250,000 and say that you're... What about 300,000 for your price?
Logan held up gleaming gold coins between his fingers.
A total of 550,000 gold, all in cash.
Brilliant golden white light erupted from the contract.
Okay, with this, the contract is complete. Now, if the subordinate tries to purposely harm the boss, they will feel excruciating pain as if their soul is being torn apart. If you don't like that, awaken force yourself and become at least a high-ranked knight, or pay a 4-circle mage or higher several hundred times that amount and ask them to lift the curse.
Logan walked away with a cheerful wave.
All right then, come again.
Philip sat in stunned silence, realization slowly dawning.
1 page is the price of 30 slaves. We can't really trust each other when it's just our first time meeting, right? If I invest a fortune, I need a reasonable guarantee. Once we build trust with each other, I can get rid of the
So what must I do?
First, buy some monster meat.
Pardon? Monster meat? Philip thought to himself in horror. Wow, you're a real psycho.
Monster blood and meat contain poison, so burning them is common sense. But in a few years, the situation will drastically change. This is because it becomes known that you can make a monster blood neutralizer with common ingredients. And some areas lacking in food begin consuming monsters. And that winter, cases of disabilities being treated upon consumption of the monster kalak began to appear.
Oh my goodness.
Even those who had their private parts injured and became physically sterile saw the effects. And a year after the Royal Mage Tower validates this, kalak becomes impossible to find throughout the continent. One species disappears simply from the research results that they were good for virility.
Philip's eyes gleamed with calculation. With this, I can make 3 million. No, way more than that. But then, a dark thought crept into his mind. Should I run away? $1 million gold for monster meat. An absurd fortune for what others burn as trash. But Logan McLean sees what they cannot. The future that will make fortunes from the forgotten. Are you crazy? Who on earth uses a whopping $1 million on monster meat?
Pipe down. We'd make money even if I spent more on it.
I'm against it, but you're sure about this, right?
Yeah.
Then what do you think is the per unit price range to buy monster kalak meat?
Kalak meat isn't really worth anything right now. Around now, everyone must be burning it because there are no buyers. So if we just order someone to bring the corpses, 200 gold should be enough as per the kingdom's transportation charges. Also, the cost is per unit, so if they bring a lot of kalaks at once, it'll be way cheaper to transport.
Oh, how excessive. Even thinking of the transportation costs, are we? Logan's innocent confusion said everything. Why? Was I wrong? No, you're right about the cost, but with that unit price and budget of $1 million, are you planning to hire a mercenary guild for a kingdom-wide hunt?
Yeah. Is there something wrong with that?
You've gone completely the wrong way. All the monster meat is being thrown away right now, isn't it? So if you just hire a merchant guild for the price of beef, everything will be solved. There are plenty of merchants out there who will bring and sell anything for $1. And even if that's trash to be thrown away, they'll ask each other to acquire it for them. I bet they'll probably bring you all the kalak meat in the entire kingdom as soon as you ask. All butchered at that.
I'm already getting my money's worth.
Don't overthink money matters from now on, and leave it all to me. After all, my fate depends on your future now. Oh yeah, one more thing. For now, stay in Kyle and buy it all in bulk. Cartridges made from the ironwood from the Empire's southern mountains, springs, and glue. Are you trying to manufacture and sell toys?
Something better than that.
Weapons made from these materials were used in the Grandea Kingdom's invasion war in his last life. And depending on the battle conditions, a mere soldier could keep a knight in check with these weapons. But I need to find a craftsman to make these weapons, and an instructor to train the mercenaries as well. 2 days later, in the city of mercenaries, Harun.
You want to hire me as an instructor?
Kaisalam, A-rank mercenary, a legend who could wield every weapon there is and had excellent horse riding skills. The mercenary squad he raised after being gravely wounded became one of the most feared units in the war to come.
I'm sorry, but I've never proactively trained anyone before. I don't know what you've heard, but all I've done is guided a few youngsters.
It shouldn't be too hard. You just need to train the C-rank mercenaries I'll be hiring.
Please entrust this to the professional educators.
What is he on about? I know because I worked with him in my last life. Kaisalan's value shines when he becomes an instructor, but he doesn't seem to be in the mood right now. I guess I'll have to use some money.
I'll pay you 4,000 gold for it.
An A-rank mercenary can get a maximum of 2,000 gold per month, but he's offering double?
I'm saying this again. I've never worked as an instructor.
Is it not enough? Then 6,000.
Even so, I prefer combat missions.
Do you? I guess I don't have a choice. 7,000.
Can't you hear what I'm saying? You might think money can get you anything.
8,000 then?
Thank you in advance, Mr. Employer. Kaisalan hiring successful. As they walked through town together, Kaisalan's reputation preceded him. The very sight of the legendary mercenary cleared their path.
I see, Mr. Employer. So you're the first young master of the McLean Baron family.
Aren't you curious why I'm hiring mercenaries from the countryside fief of McLean?
What's there to be curious about as long as you're giving me the money, Mr. Employer? Oi, you fuckers, get a move on. If we're late, you're all gonna fucking die.
The crowded streets of Harun parted before them, the city of mercenaries and slaves.
As you may already know, the nickname of the city of Harun is the City of Mercenaries and Slaves. You'll see a lot more of that as we go forward, because from here on out, it's a slave market.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to buy a slave at this market.
A sleazy trader spotted them. Clearly a clueless country bumpkin, he thought. Easy prey.
Hey, young master there. Come here for a second, yeah? We offer slaves at the cheapest price.
Damn it. Why is Kaisel on here? Logan walked relaxed, hands in pockets, satisfaction written on his face.
How relaxing. Hiring him was definitely worth it.
Then he found it. A shop with more guards than others. An upscale establishment.
Looks like we've come to the right place. I'm here to buy a dwarf.
Oh, looks like you've come to the right place. World races are rare, so we take special care of them. Please, come this way. The merchant led them past clean cells, elves behind bars, a far cry from typical slave pens. It was very hard to acquire these elves. Have you perhaps seen elves anywhere else? To tell you about these ones.
Enough of that. Go get that one over there.
An elderly dwarf sat dejected in the corner of his cell. Long white beard, weathered face, years of hardship etched into every wrinkle. Tired, resigned eyes that had lost all pride. Well, as you can see, he's clearly a dwarf by the looks of him. You'll find plenty of use for him. Even among dwarves who are known to be great craftsmen, he's one of few expert rank craftsmen.
Expert rank?
The dwarf race is innately skilled with their hands, a race that creates and fixes objects and finds meaning in it from their youth till old age. An expert rank dwarf? That's beyond the skilled craftsman I was looking for. I don't even need to worry about it.
What's the price?
Since he's an expert rank, at least 200,000. Then Philip appeared with intense, intimidating presence, leaning forward aggressively. 50,000 gold. I'll assist you with the payment. He took it down by 150,000 in just a few minutes.
Human, how unrelenting of you.
That was basic.
Where will I be going now? To the McLean estate in the southwest. And you'll be making the things I request of you. As I thought, dwarves are known for being skilled with their hands, but that's not the case for slave dwarves.
That's because, despite being the race of craftsmen, without passion, they can't create a true work of art.
If I want to instill passion in this dwarf, 20 years? If you do your best for me for the next 20 years, I am willing to send you back to the mountains. 20 years is nothing to your kind, isn't it? But how can...
The elderly dwarf broke down crying, tears streaming heavily down his weathered face. And then the dwarf ran, arms flailing, desperate sprint toward what he thought was freedom. That slave is running away. Logan, Philip, and Kaiselin watched in stunned silence as their new expert craftsman disappeared into the distance, misunderstanding complete freedom for a 20-year contract. The assembling of Logan's team had begun. A merchant who understood gold, a legendary instructor. In the crowded marketplace of Harlan, a desperate chase unfolds. A slave boy with striking blue hair and mismatched eyes runs for his life through the shouting crowds. Guard thunder behind him, weapons drawn, fury in their voices. And watching from the crowd, Logan McLean freezes. Blue hair, red and blue heterochromatic eyes. Logan's heart pounds. He knows this face. The guards catch the boy. Violence erupts. And then a young girl throws herself between them.
Appa, I'm okay. Please don't fight them.
The crowd walks past without a glance. Slaves fighting slaves. Nothing new. In mine, memories flood back from a life not yet lived. A slave who killed his master. A fugitive who slaughtered every soldier sent after him. 10 years in hiding, and when he emerged, he wielded power beyond human limits. Aura, blue lightning that cut through steel and flesh alike. He slaughtered the entire noble family that once owned him. Every last one. From that day forward, he killed every noble he encountered in the kingdom of Grandia. They called him the Noble Slayer, an unstoppable, homicidal force of vengeance. Logan's mind races through calculations cold and ruthless.
If I rescue this boy right now, he becomes the same monster. A weapon that kills allies and enemies alike. But if he's a lethal weapon who'll slash his own allies, I can just lock him up.
Decision made. Logan steps forward. The guard's hand freezes mid-strike. Someone has grabbed his wrist.
Who the hell did that?
The guard turns. Behind him stands a young nobleman in dark travel clothes. The slave merchant arrives, all oily smiles and nervous laughter.
Ah, I see that you're a customer. Oh my, how embarrassing. These goods weren't listening, so I was training them.
I'd like to buy some slaves now.
Do you mean these children? They're both rare red and blue odd-eyed children, so they're pricey. Are you sure?
Tell me the price first.
At least 10,000 for each one.
Logan's eyes narrow. He knows the boy's future worth. 10,000 gold is cheap, absurdly cheap. But this merchant doesn't know that, and Logan has no intention of enriching scum.
30 times the price for kids who are about to collapse soon? Plus, one of them looks like he's on the verge of death.
Still, as you can see, they're the only ones on sale here, so...
500 gold each.
Oh my, sir, that won't even cover their original price.
Logan leans in close. His eyes burn with authority and barely conceal threat.
Do you think I don't even know the cost of a slave?
It crumbles. Sweat pours down his bald head.
Thank you for the business, sir.
Behind them, the two slave children stare with shocked, desperate hope. Later, in the traveling carriage, Victor regains consciousness.
Appa, you're up already? But your injury wasn't one that should allow such a quick recovery.
Victor's eyes gleam with hidden knowledge. While they traveled, he secretly released force energy to heal himself. The red-haired noblewoman across from him watches with growing suspicion. Then Victor's face hardens. Defiance burns in his mismatched eyes.
I don't know if you're full of spirit or just plain stupid. Shh.
The sister breaks. Tears stream down her face as she clings to her brother.
Appa, please don't make them angry.
Hey, kid, don't you get the situation you're in? Do I look like that slave merchant to you? It's great that you're full of fighting spirit, but learn to pick your opponents wisely.
Logan's expression turns cold as winter stone.
I hope this will be the last warning you need, Victor. If you obey me, I guarantee you and your little sister will be safe. But if something like this happens again, I will get rid of you. And of course, that'll include your sister.
Victor's jaw clenches. Rage and helplessness war in his eyes. He understands he has no choice. Then Logan's tone shifts. The threat vanishes, replaced by business-like calm.
I plan on fostering you as a knight. Me? You mean me, sir? That's right. You must know this too, but knights are honorary nobles. Naturally, you'd be able to escape your status as a slave too. Not just you, your sister as well.
For the first time, hope flickers in the children's eyes. Real, tangible hope. Logan's mind works through the calculation. So his sister was the way to control the noble slayer's violent nature.
Great. I'll start your training once we get back to the house.
Then Logan turns his attention to the large, bearded man riding with them.
Also, Hamar, come with me for a moment.
Me?
I'll write down the contract now.
Logan holds up a parchment glowing with blue-white magical light.
It'll be a magic contract? It says that if you work for me for 20 years, I'll send you back to the mountains.
Hamar's eyes go wide. Disbelief, joy, overwhelming gratitude. To the mountains? Are you really going to send me back to my people?
I mean, it's hard to trust a promise that's only words in the air. What's wrong? Don't want to?
Of course I do. At all costs. I'll make anything you want me to. Tears of joy stream down the dwarf's weathered face as he bows deeply in gratitude. The sunset paints the sky in gold and crimson. The group travels homeward.
With this, I got everything I wanted out of this outing. Rather, I'd say I overachieved since I even got the Noble Slayer. The preparation for the war between the fiefs is going smoothly.
But at this point, Logan didn't know yet that the rumors of his strange behavior had already spread throughout macline during his outing. That his reputation had hit rock bottom and was going underground. And that Rick was drowning in the mess, trying to make amends.
What the hell did you do, you damn young master?
Young master, you're back.
Old Rick rushed forward with the joy of a loyal servant seeing his lord return.
Rick, how have you been?
The warmth in Logan's voice was new, genuine.
Ha, young master.
Rick's laughter died in his throat. His eyes went wide.
Are you serious right now?
Something had changed. Something fundamental.
It's nice to see you smiling, but what the hell did you do out there?
And then came the rumors. The terrible, spreading rumors.
Do you know what people are saying? That you're a perverted monster Phil who spent 150,000 gold on monster meat.
The cost of genius was reputation. A few days earlier, Logan's plan had spread like wildfire through the merchant networks.
What? Buy monster meat? What kind of lunatic?
Young Master Logan McLean of Baron McLean is buying it. Recognition sparked. Then the gossip machine churned to life.
Logan McLean? I've heard of him. Ah, that engagement breaker. The guy who ripped off his fiancée?
But one merchant saw past the scandal. Philip's instincts screamed opportunity.
Don't miss this opportunity at any cost. 1 gold for 1 kilogram.
Rick became a whirlwind of aggressive commerce.
You want money? Then bring me all the kalok meat you can get, preferably smoked, sealed, and sliced.
Merchants flooded the territory. The strange request became the talk of every fief near Kyle. And with commerce came whispers, dark, twisted whispers.
Ah, Philip sure did his job perfectly.
How can you laugh right now? Look at the faces of those who came with you.
Behind them, the escort knights wore expressions of profound discomfort. They'd heard the whispered rumors, every filthy word.
Don't worry about it. It'll be over soon.
You shouldn't be so calm right now. Even the patriarch is furious.
The patriarch, his father, the confrontation Logan had been dreading. So, did you enjoy running away from home? Patrick McLean sat like a judge at the dinner table, stern, disappointed.
It was indeed a rewarding trip.
The table fell silent. I heard rumors that you went around doing all sorts of crazy things, but I'm glad it was at least rewarding.
Rumors are just that. Rumors. I have not an ounce of shame for my actions.
Logan stood tall, defiant, unbreakable.
See, honey? The first young master has no awareness about his position, how his actions can dishonor his family name.
Mother, that's excessive. I merely spent the money for my engagement breaking as I pleased.
The stepmother's face twisted with rage. Enough! The patriarch's voice cut through the argument like a blade.
The first young master's roots itself are at fault.
A cruel barb, aimed at Logan's birth and his dead mother. I'd like to speak with Logan alone for a moment. Leave us, please.
How can you do this to me?
She left. The door closed. Father and son remained. This will be my last warning to you, Logan. The weight of those words settled like iron chains. What's wrong with you, Logan? Let's have a frank chat about what on earth is going on with you and why you've done these things. Not anger now. Something worse. Genuine concern. Fatherly worry.
You wouldn't understand even if I told you.
How could he explain time travel, regression, a future of ruin and death? Are you sure it isn't you who doesn't want to be understood? Do you realize what people around are saying about you? That you're violent, cruel, money-obsessed, and lately, even insane. Each word landed like a blow. Patrick's voice cracked with pain. How long am I supposed to cover for you? If there is such a time you will stop in the future, then please give me notice of such. Patrick's eyes glistened. The Iron Baron on the verge of tears. Logan froze. His mother, his father had invoked his mother. In his previous life, Patrick had never mentioned her, not even when he disowned Logan. But now the timeline had changed. Father still had hope. Logan stood, and then he bowed, deeply, from the waist.
Please give me 1 year. In a year, I will prove to you the reasons for my actions. Please do me this favor. Father.
Father. The word hung in the air. Patrick stared at his son's bowed head. How strange that word sounded. Favor between parent and child. Patrick closed his eyes. 1 year. After that, a decision would have to be made. Alone in the dark dining hall, Patrick opened a small locket. Inside, a portrait. Blue hair, gentle smile. Raina, His first love, Logan's mother. I have no idea what our son is thinking. I promised to protect him at all costs, to raise him well. His voice broke. The memory of holding baby Logan in the same room where Reina lay dying. That I must have been too neglectful.
Ronian, you've already awakened the Force?
Days later, Logan discovered something extraordinary. His younger brother had changed.
As I thought. I knew you'd catch up to it right away.
Ronian scratched his head shyly, only 14 years old.
It's all thanks to you. The Knights were stopping me from meeting you when you returned, and then it just awakened.
Logan's mind raced. In his previous life, Ronian hadn't awakened to the Civil War. Years later, but now Ronian had broken through at 14. Trying to reach Logan had triggered it. The butterfly effect was real. Logan patted his brother's head with genuine warmth, pride swelling in his chest.
Good job, Ronian.
If he taught Ronian the divine sword secrets as soon as the Force stabilized, Ronian could become far stronger than in his past life. A sword master in his prime. South of macline territory, a cottage in the countryside. Logan's secret training ground.
I'm back, Dwayne.
Ah, you're back, young master. The 350 C-rank mercenaries you asked me to recruit earlier, they're all here. Outside, a crowd of rough men waited. Impatient, skeptical, annoyed.
He calls us here and then leaves us in this crumbling cottage for 10 days? They're not scamming us, are they? You never know. This guy might actually be crazy. The rumors about him are bad enough.
Then Logan appeared, fully armored, sword at his side, young, confident.
Look at him carrying a sword in that armor. Is he trying to act like a soldier? You there?
Logan pointed directly at the mocker. The crowd went silent.
You think me wearing armor and carrying a sword is funny? Well, sure, you could think that way, if you had the skills to back it up.
His voice dropped to ice.
But you're a lowly C-rank mercenary. What non-existent skills of yours make you look down on others?
The insult hit home, the mercenary's face flushed with anger.
Did that offend you? Looks like even a lowly man like you has pride, huh? Well, fine then. Step forward. From here on, if you land a single blow on me, I will immediately pay you a year's pay and let you leave. This is a promise with the honor of a noble on stake. And all of you here are witnesses.
The mercenary grinned. Easy money. He stepped forward. The mercenary was huge, heavily muscled, nearly B-rank in build.
Great. Then you can't go back on your word, right? Okay then, you go first.
The crowd whispered. Logan was outmatched in size. This would be brutal.
Me first? You're gonna regret that. I've been using the sword so much longer than you. Do you need an upper hand by any chance?
The mercenary roared and attacked. Golden force erupted from the mercenary's blade, a downward slash with every ounce of his power. The sword howled through the air. The crowd gasped. Impact. Silence. Absolute silence. The mercenary's face froze in shock. His eyes went wide. His sword had shattered, completely only the hilt remained in his trembling hand. The blade lay in fragments on the ground. Logan stood completely unharmed, not even a scratch, his blade still sheathed. The mercenary collapsed to his knees, defeated, broken.
Anyone else who wants to run their damn mouth?
350 mercenaries stared at the young lord in armor. Not a word, not a breath, complete submission. Logan macline had made his point. The training could begin.